Hello, this is Sam from Fight Forex again. Today's video topic is what is our STREND signal and how it works or how it is calculated, and what is the best way to make use of this signal, right? Since we came out with this Forex STREND signal, it became quite popular. Many people bought into it, many people started using it already, but some of those kind of signed up and really bought into this without really understanding what it was and how to use it, and some of them were, so to say, a bit disappointed in the end. So we have decided to create a simple video that will explain what this signal is all about and how it is calculated. So if you decide to buy the signals from us, you actually know exactly what you're getting into, what to expect, and what you will get as part of our service. So that's why this video is being made. We should have created this video a little bit earlier, but that's all right. So here we go. So Forex STREND signal, as the name suggests, is nothing but calculated by combining our Forex strengths meter readings and our Forex trend meter readings. So we just be trying to be a little creative, just combined the two words and came up with STREND, right? So at the heart of this, that's where these two meters come into place. At the heart of this is nothing but finding the best strength-wise signal and then finding the best trend-wise signals and then kind of combining them to find the best combination, right? So let me explain this further, right? So on our side, you will find that there are three meters, so to say. One is the strength meter, one is the trends meter, and one is the matrix meter, right? So let's look at the strengths meter. Let me open this in a new window. And let me go back and open the trends meter in a new window so I can explain this better. So when it comes to strengths, right? So there's, by the way, a video available that explains how exactly the strengths meter works. You can see that there is different strengths, currency strengths shown on different time frames, right? And then when it comes to trends meter, which is our Forex trends meter, which also, by the way, has a separate video, you'll see that the currency pairs are kind of lined up or shown in terms of their trends. And on the trends meter, you see that there are trend scores. And similarly, if we look at the currency strengths, there are certain scores behind this, right? And there's already a meter on our side that explains or that already does this part for you, which is the matrix, right? So currency strengths kind of combined together results into matrix. Again, you will see there's a video explaining the matrix separately, right? So currency strengths, when they're ranked, form this meter, which is the matrix. And then I also showed you that the trends also have scores. So matrix has its matrix score, which are based on currency strengths, which is shown in here in the weighted scores. And trends have trend scores, which are shown on the trends meter in this column, right? So all that STREND does really is finds the best matrix pair, meaning the one with the least score, which is going up, and one with the highest score, which is going down. And if there is a currency, such currency matrix setup such that the difference between the strongest currency, which is one with the lowest score, and the one with the weakest has a difference of at least 45 points. Okay, that's criteria number one. And number two is that the total trend score has to be greater than or equal to 80, like in this case, right? When that scenario is fulfilled, you basically get, or those currency pairs are picked for what is called as the STREND pair, which is essentially our STREND signal, right? So let's go back here and check this out again. So as you can see on in 1301, which is the UTC time, Euro JPY fulfilled the condition that I just explained, that Euro and JPY currency strength scores had a difference of at least 45 points, meaning Euro was strong and JPY was weak, with the difference of at least 45 points between the two. And the Euro JPY trend score at that point was at least 80 points or more, right? So when that situation happened, we identified that Euro JPY is a strong candidate for our STREND signal, and hence the signal was issued at this point, right? Of course, the direction is buy, and since we issued it, it has actually gone up by about 18 pips. Now I'm going to explain how to read this maximum gain column also in a minute, but coming back to how the signal was issued is basically at this point, system, which is automatically continuously monitoring the signals and the values of currency strengths and currency trends, found out that for Euro JPY, our defined conditions were met, and this was the price at that point, and it said, hey, looks like Euro JPY is a good candidate for our STREND signal at this point, at this price, and the direction that you should enter is buy, right? And that is how the signal is sent. The signal does not, and I must repeat this, many people get a little disappointed about this. At this point, the signal does not provide any guidance in terms of what the take profit should be, what the stop loss should be. It is left to the user's discretion. You can use 100 pips, you can use 50 pips, you can use any number, but you should definitely give it a try on the demo account first, obviously, and then depending on what take profit stop loss settings work best for you, or if you want to put a trailing stop, that is also fine. All the signal is really telling you is at this point, around this price, Euro JPY is a good candidate for buy. Okay. Now, when the signal is delivered to you, how it is delivered is essentially explained here. It is delivered via email, is delivered via MT4. We have an MT4 that can give it to you, and it can also be delivered via browser, where you just keep refreshing or keep looking at this page. It actually auto refreshes itself every 10 minutes and alerts you when there is a new signal available. But you get it via these three mediums. Now let's assume that you chose to get it through email and you paid for that email service. Then we will be sending you, or the system will be sending you that email. In this example again, the email will basically tell you that Euro JPY around this price point is a good candidate for buy. Now, when you actually get the email, the price may have moved, correct? Obviously, the price doesn't stay still. So the way we would recommend you use that is if by the time you receive the email, the price is 122. Let's say 27, right? The price is actually retracted a little bit from this level. That actually is a good thing because then you can buy at that point, which is slightly below this. And since you are going long, any upward movement, you'll actually gain more pips, right, as compared to this. But if the price has moved a lot, and by the time you got the email, the price has moved, let's say 123 and above, or there's a big movement that has already happened, then we would recommend that you stay away from this signal. You stay out of the market, right? Now, the price movement can be significant in few scenarios. One is that market was really moving very rapidly, and by the time you got the email, the market already moved, and you missed the opportunity. Or you actually got the email late. That can happen at times. The ISPs behave differently depending on the email traffic. You may actually get the email very late. So our recommendation is just check when the signal is issued. And if it is more than 15 minutes since the signal was issued, or if the price has already moved significantly away, more than 5 pips, let's say, stay out of that signal. Don't enter the market using the signal. But as long as the price is around this number, preferably slightly below, you receive the email in time, that would be a good opportunity for you to enter, and hopefully that will give you some profit. Now, let's talk about this number, that maximum gain recorded. And by the way, there is actually an explanation about that at the very bottom. What it means is that the numbers are not really taken from MT4 when the trade is actually opened, and hence the number is reported from there. It's not the case. The system actually, after the signal is issued, every 5 minutes goes back and checks for the price. And actually does it for every 15 minutes, but the job that runs actually runs every 5 minutes to update the price. And whenever the system finds that, okay, the signal was issued in this case at 122.28 and it was a buy signal, and if in case it finds that the price has actually moved up, then it goes and updates the total gain. So let's say the price moved by 10 pips, it would say the maximum gain recorded is 10 pips. Now it is done in every 15-minute intervals, the price updates, and the price reference price check is done every 5 minutes. But since the actual prices are read every 15 minutes from our source, it can happen that the actual gain was like very high in 5 minutes, but the price dropped back again and we missed that. So for us, there's no way. So it's every 15 minutes the prices are checked, and the number of pips shown here in the gain is really just that number. Whenever we found an increased price in this case, we just recorded the gain. The actual gain, as explained in the disclaimer at the bottom, can be different for you depending on where exactly you open the trade, etc. Right? So that's very important for our users to note how to really understand the signal. Also, the signals per day is an average number. At the very top, we have this statement saying 6521.85 pips recorded, 61 signals, 106 pips per signal, and an average of 1 signal per day, right? So what that means is all the system is doing is it's just looking at all the signals issued, and it's looking at the first date and the last date, and it's just taking an average per day, right? Now, as you can see, there are three signals issued on 16th of July, and the day is still not over. And between 9th and 15th, as you can see here, there were none, right? So depends on when system finds the signals, and it is on an average 1 per day. That's how it looks like right now. But sometimes you'll get more, sometimes you'll get 0. So that's another thing where some of our users express their disappointment, saying, okay, there was no signal, And we are not manufacturing these signals. These are truly based on the strength and trend numbers or scores. And whenever the situation is lined up the way I just explained, then only the system issues the signal, hoping that it would then generate profits for you. So far, some of the signals have been very successfully generating profits. Some of the signals not much. You should be patient. It's not that the signal means that immediately the market will continue or keep moving in the same direction. It's a probability based um, indication. It may happen that you come back a couple of days and you will see a higher gain. So since it was issued a couple of hours ago, it has given a gain of 24 pips. Now come back 2 days, it may show you 200 pips. We don't know depending on how the price moves. Of course, the trends change, the strengths change. Nobody can predict for sure, but using the signals as a reference for your trading decisions can help you increase your probability of wins and your uh, potential profits. Okay, so that's how the strength signal is developed, is defined, is delivered, calculated. I hope this video was at least a little bit helpful for you to understand and gain those insights, and you can appreciate what the signal really means and how to use it for your trading decisions. In near future, we are planning to create trading systems that would automatically even open orders for you based on the signals, so you don't have to kind of receive it and then wait for or do any manual task. But that system is still being developed and is in beta testing mode, so hopefully in near future it will come out. This video was really meant to explain the signal. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe for future signal related videos, and good luck with your trading.